This is Mint Condition.
And you're watching Brand New.
Brand new.
Here.
Yo, what's good? Hello and welcome back to another BNZ World Report. I'm Christopher Martin and I'm going to bring you a couple of recent stories from the many we feature Monday through Friday in our News to Know section here at brandnews.com about individuals and events making a difference from around this globe. But before I go any further, you know that I, and on behalf of Team BNZ, want to thank you all for the awesome ideas and leads to great stories you've been giving us. We also especially want to thank you for the very encouraging and inspiring messages you've sent us via email to our Facebook, Twitter, and MySpace pages about what we provide here, and that's positive news. And on that note, here's our first story. From the News to Know section is from journalist Linda Grush at the Western Springs Patch, and it's Keyboard versus Script. Should teachers continue to teach cursive handwriting? I was inspired to do this report because after I watched the CBS Sunday Morning story, and then later I read about Linda's daughter being so ecstatic last year when she realized she could learn to have a swanky signature after she learned how to write in cursive handwriting. She practiced and loved what she accomplished so much she even started giving out autographs, y'all. But in a twist of irony, cursive writing could be well on its way to extinction. From a national perspective, some schools have veered away from it entirely and others have significantly reduced instruction time. The focus has turned towards keyboarding skills. It hasn't disappeared from Western Springs curriculum. Although it's still taught, it has become less of a focus. If you look at the curriculum standards for each grade, penmanship and cursive aren't mentioned on the D101 website. Even early grades will need to know how to use computer for presentations and publishing. It would seem odd though to do away with cursive writing altogether. As others have pointed out, what are we going to do for a signature? What also concerns me, Christopher Martin personally, is the replacement of words too. When you read most correspondence on a tech gadget like a cell or smartphone, I find myself having to take the time to decode the message. What once was the use of abbreviations have evolved into actual literature. Will modern English as we know it have the same destiny as the old or as King's Old English, extinction? But I ask myself this, and you too. What's more important, the spelling of words and the means in which we send them, or the message itself? Or let's look at it like this. Would you reject a $1 million check that came in the mail because the mailman didn't have on his official postal uniform? Handwriting has been so integral for centuries, and although you have your choice of fonts on a keyboard, it lacks individuality. And she feels it's sad that an entire generation won't understand the phrase, "Put your John Hancock here." Right now it's time for our Team BNZ special report coming from Mr. Jay Sweet, who's hanging out with director-writer Akil DuPont about his multiple award-winning film, Underground. Check this out.
My name is Akil DuPont, director and writer of Underground, a two-time student Emmy-winning film, and you are now watching brandnews.com.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, for to carry me home.
The films is a student film. First from the FSU Film School. We won 2 student Emmys with it. We got 6 first place awards. We got a Best Director award and a Best Young Actress award for the film. And we're screening this September 16th, Friday, September 16th. We're screening in New York City. You can contact me on www.dupontproductions.com. and I can get you a copy of the film that way. The film is free, so I'll either send you a link for the film or actually send you a DVD, but you can just contact me and you'll be able to take a look at it. For becoming filmmakers, I would say study your craft. You know, studying your craft is a major thing. A lot of us like to go and watch movies, but as a filmmaker, you know, you may watch it the first time and treat it like an audience member, but maybe that second, third, fourth time, you sort of need to start breaking it down, you know, understand what makes a film work. black media nowadays, and I don't even want to be a black filmmaker, quote unquote. I want to make movies. Some of those movies will have a theme that resonates with the black community. Some of them will just be good movies. And I want to sort of have that artistic diversity to be able to do all of that, but still be culturally relevant. You just want to sort of have an artistic realm to work in and still be culturally relevant. And that's sort of where Underground came from, because it's a slave story told through song.
For more information about this story and others, go to brandnews.com.
Great story, Jay, as always, and congratulations, Akil. Now on to our next story in the News to Know section at brandnews.com, and this one comes from our own Imani person, and it's A Few Good Men. Helping someone out is how I extend my services to help mankind. True community service requires a genuine heart. It may be small to you, but major to the person receiving. Small things add up, and I like helping people, and this, my friend, is why I am blessed. Taekwon Ward. Ward was born on April 25, 1991 in Brooklyn, later moving to South Jamaica, Queens in New York. Acknowledging the harsh realities he faced growing up, Ward imagined better days. Spending most of his time in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York that is, Ward was immersed in crime, poverty, and destruction, which inspired his migration to the South to receive a better education. On the brink of financial hardship, Ward was almost forced to sit out of school. But with the help of family and educators, he received an epiphany and a second chance. Taking an intro history course, Ward was quickly enlightened through his professor, Dr. Carlton Wilson, and the remembrance of watching the History Channel as a kid. It was not until then Ward realized his passion for history and his dreams of pursuing a law degree with a concentration in juvenile justice. During the summer of 2011, he was rewarded with a trip to Ghana, Africa. Ward provided community service and furthered his education studying abroad. Leaving no room for rest, he returned to his humble beginnings to the streets of New York, raising money for the Feed the Children Foundation. While standing in the weltering hot sun 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, Ward faced the challenge of pursuing people for donations. While many assisted, Ward also faced comments such as, "Let them die." That lit a fuel to his fire to become a better person. Apart from Feed the Children, Walking for the March of Dimes, and the Bone Marrow Drive, Ward continues to extend his face in helping others with taking part in Make a Difference Day at NCCU with his line brothers. After college, Ward's future goals consist of teaching high school history before law school, helping students to fill in the missing pieces of their past, providing hope and success for their future. He says if you begin discipline in the high chair, you won't have to do it in the electric chair. Good, great story, Imani, on a person that we love talking about here at brandnews.com. We're gonna let out a little early today because I wanna pay tribute to a woman I recently met and enjoyed on the Tom Joyner Fantastic Voyage cruise. What stood out to me the most about this young lady was her incredible energy. She reminded me and confirmed that old age is really just a state of mind. I had the honor to party with her and a group of other friends, and we were all put to shame as she danced us all under the table. She has passed and she will be missed. Ladies and gentlemen, Vesta.
As long as I can breathe. 'cause I got a new friend anyway. He don't